Welcome back, everyone. Alex Lyon and Andrew McGill again. We're coming at you with the back nine of round 2, final day. We're going to try and find ourselves a winner of this event.
Shout out to Burly Beverages and Innova Disc Golf for the sponsorships this year. Burly was huge in coming through with the title sponsor. We got Brady in the lead at 14. He's got 3 over Jake and Jeff. Nick and a couple strokes back behind them, just kind of getting warmed up out there. Nick has the ability to get really hot in his rounds and really make a comeback on this final round. Make sure you hit that bell and subscribe. Premium Disc Golf, based in South Lake Tahoe, out there for all your disc golf needs.
Hole 10, par 3, 312, no danger. There is a Mando on the left, but it doesn't really come into play. Pretty basic shot. Most of them are going to be throwing putters or mids. Nice flat shot. Slide it up there. Get their deuce. Jake a little long. Should have a 20-footer at most, it looks like. Brady with low, wide skip. This needs to slow down a little bit. Oh, that's perfect. Great. Great shot.
Got Jeff probably throwing an envy of some sorts of putter here. Just a little floaty guy up in the sky and letting it fall in there right next to the basket. This is a pretty routine shot for most pros.
Nick with a glow pursuit. It's a little left. That's going to leave him with probably about a 40-footer.
This is well within Nick's range here of making putts.
Oh.
He drains it. Nick from 45, 50 feet.
Way to bounce back from that bogey he just took. Even him out.
Jake with a little tap-in 20-footer here. Should be no problem.
On the pole.
Brady from 16 feet. In there, a little left side. And Jeff should do the same here with a little tap in too.
Very nice. Star frame. That was nice. First one.
All right, we move on to hole 11, par 3, 249, Rocklin normal hole course 12.
That was a mouthful.
With an elevated basket here with an island about 30 feet around the entire green here. There are some wood chips up there, so if you do come in a little fast, it will catch you.
This looks a little spicy.
This is a common play
never
here.
mind.
Little soft putter hyzer.
What was that
or
one?
something straight at it that's not going to skip.
Brady a little left. Speed looks like it's there though.
Oh, that kick
it's
off
safe.
the stump.
I think
Looks
I can
like
see
he's
the orange
safe.
line.
Might have helped him a little bit.
I didn't see an OB. Jeff didn't want that frisbee. Whoa, turnover at it. That's a different play. A little long.
These are still safe though.
Safe.
Yeah,
Jeff is very good with his angles when he approaches a green or any sort of upshot. Throwing that turnover is well within his realm.
Oh, this is bad. That's a zone.
Nick leaving that a little straight and left. If you're going to throw the hyzer with an overstable putter, you want to kind of lean it out to the right and let it skip into the basket.
Oh,
Great
another
putt
great
from Nick.
Drives are struggling, but the putter's heating up.
So one thing about Nick's game is even when his drives and his upshots are a little off, he can normally save himself in a good round with his putting. Nick, I believe last year at
Ooh.
the OTB Open was in the top 10 in Circle 1 and Circle 2 putting.
Brady was safe by maybe an inch, it looked like. Good comebacker. Jake with the park job.
Let's hope we don't see a spit out here like Alex had first round.
Hey man, sometimes the basket likes me, sometimes it doesn't.
Broke on the card on a 230-foot hole. I voted yesterday.
Hole 12, par 3, 308. Normal course 13. New pin on this stump where they cut down a tree. Pretty simple shot. Most of these guys are going to be going mid-range or fairway turnover. Definitely think that now, knowing Jake's not throwing a sidearm.
Not a whole lot of danger on this hole. If you hit one of the early trees, you'll have a 35-footer at it. You just want to,
Unless that happens.
That you don't want. That's kind of a
Goodbye.
rare roll away. Just want to get something up there, find a little hole, kind of like Brady did here, and just scoot it up to the basket.
That's a beautiful shot.
Perfect.
Oh, we are going to see a sidearm.
This is a little straight, it looks like. It's got to get a flare skip.
Oh,
You do
he
have
caught the
those
tree.
low-hanging branches over there to the left that'll prevent a big skip in.
A little turned over. That's gonna be
40 feet.
that's gonna be a little far to run, I feel like, but he might. Having it be the elevated basket, it's a little scary.
Jake over in this area is not going to have too much of a line at it. Gonna go a little high there.
Oh.
Still gives it a great run.
I wish I could do that.
Jeff giving all-out effort there from under the tree.
Oh, Nick's a lot closer than
Nick's
I thought he was.
35 for here. Little low.
Brady, only player in the circle. Gets the bird. Very nice.
This is one of those holes. If you don't two it and getting a par feels kind of bad. This is one of those ones you really want to get. And to get anything other than a 2 or at worst case a 3 feels horrible.
So you felt pretty bad when you double bogeyed it last round?
When I had a 2-putt and it turned into a 5, I kind of wanted to walk off the course at that point. Hole 13, par 4, better known as the bridge hole, 742 feet. You want to poke something out there, 450-ish, get down in this area so you can have an easy little putter mid-approach down this alleyway to the green. Basket sits over here to the right. If you're left or right, you're going to be pretty pinched off.
Post snap, Josh popping wheelies. That is the king of Sacramento
Got
right there.
Disc golf icon Josh Anthon showing off some unicycle wheels on a 2-wheeled bike.
I didn't know he could wheelie. I thought he just threw round frisbees and built cars.
Nice and
Brady with a pretty good looking line.
Yeah, looks good.
This is a pretty stock hyzer for most players, unless you find yourself a little left or right off of the tee. There's a mando on that left tree. It doesn't ever come into play.
A little bit lower punch shot there. Oh, that looks great.
Oh, yeah. Great. Yeah, I beat the tree that I was behind. My history. Oh, you got an applause.
Jeff's kind of showing you the shot you want to throw there. Kind of a mid-height hyzer, comes in, soft finish. You're not going to get too many skips as you're playing your skips kind of up the hill on your finish of your frisbee.
That's a little
It's
wide.
a little low and straight, I think, more so than what Nick wanted. He's going to have a difficult approach from where he's at.
Jeff with a great spot. Sometimes I feel like I want to be right or left because that just dead straight shot right at the OB, pretty difficult shot to hit.
You can kind of see if you're off to the right or the left here, you're not going to have a whole lot to get in there. You got to throw something really, really good to get up to the basket to get your birdie 3.
A little tree touch, and he'll have probably a 30-footer right there.
Jake looks to be throwing a pig or a toro of sorts here, right up next to the basket. Great shot.
Tossing up, get up there for a par look.
This is one of those courses, I believe par average right around 970 for 18 holes. I think next year is going to be a little more difficult trying to get par rating up to 990 to 1,000. Par's not bad on some of these holes by any means.
Jake with a nice birdie. Couple of pars.
I think that kind of that it is like about that.
Hole 14, par 3, 318. Very difficult hole, probably the most difficult on the course. You don't want to end up left. Left is bad. There's OB left, but mainly all those trees in there are like a jail cell. So if you're going to miss, you want to miss right.
I think your best play is kind of a flip up, hyzer flip down the middle like Jake's doing here. A little more left, more towards that sunshine in the middle and get a finish and skip up the hill.
That was like the ace line.
It's kind of a you're going to hit the hole or you're not going to hit the hole kind of shot.
That's a little low, but good line.
I'm excited to see what Jeff does here. He's a very controlled player and can hit these lines no problem.
A little tight. Oh, is he going outside? No, that was a little tight.
That's fine.
Over.
That might be even long look.
Nick going T-bird here. Kind of a little turned over out of the hand. Might come back.
Nice.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Great
That's
shot.
going to be in circle.
That's the best shot I've seen on the hole for sure.
35, 40 feet if he stays up on that hillside. You can see it's pretty uphill if you take this right side. Brady giving it a little go from 80 feet there.
Oh, Jeff got pretty far down there. That ended up working pretty good. Not too happy with that one.
See where Nick's shot ended up here.
That's
Wow,
what a shot.
25.
Like closest to pin high anyone's gotten.
That's
Great
a
two for
great
Nick.
birdie.
He's picking up strokes on the entire field with that too.
Very nice. Good putt.
Hole 15, par 4, 612 feet. A couple options here. You probably see these guys throw big hyzers out to the right, kind of land on this path down here, and throw a forehand in. If you're a big power player, you're going to go up over the top and try to push down to get pin high for an easy approach. I believe this is Nick throwing a wraith here, leaving it out right. Even if you penetrate those trees, you're still going to have a pretty easy straight shot into the green.
It's actually probably really good.
I think it's fine, yeah.
Jay going wide hyzer as well.
No skip there. Brady looks like he's lining up the big turnover line.
That looks a little too nose up to get any big distance.
Come down. Down.
Jeff going really wide here. Coming back, landing right on the path. Should have an easy little forehand up the path and skip into the basket. Brady with a tough approach here. Gets it high enough.
Good play, Brady.
And he'll be right in that 35, 40-foot range. Jeff going high and wide, looking for that kind of spike hyzer finish.
Would have liked to be a little closer than where he landed, but he'll still be able to make do with that putt.
Jake showing you the lower line here, playing more of the skip in that doesn't skip.
Brady from deep gives it a bid.
Good bid, Brady. Wow.
Brady from a good 75 feet there. Nick's looking at a 50-footer here. A little left. Every time Nick stacks up to those 50-footers, he's expecting to make them.
Birdie. That's pretty unexpected to only see one birdie on this hole out of the lead card. This is probably, I'd say, the easiest par 4 on the course. There's just no real danger, and it's very wide open, straightforward shot. So it's pretty surprising to only see the card go 1 under on it. Moving on to hole 16, par 3, 257 feet. Huge speed control shot. We have OB directly behind the basket. And if you end up short because you're too afraid of that OB, you're going to be left with a death putt. And it's not a fun one, because if you miss, you are 100% going OB on that putt, unless you draw some good metal.
This looks a little high and a little left from Jake, but there is that thick grass up there that will catch it. Got Nick going zone here, and that looks a lot better. A little bit of flex, it's going to come in a little soft and skip right up next to the basket.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Brady going super nose up on this one. He's going to be pinched off to the left. There's a low-hanging branch over there that makes it a little difficult for running putts from distance.
Jeff going with the buttery straight shot. Might be a little short.
Jake electing just to lay up and not run the OB there.
Boring. Just kidding, Jake. Good call. Nice putt. Wow.
Brady with a great putt. There's a little window through the trees there that looks like he hit and tickled some trees just enough to get it to the basket. Oh, nice putt.
What?
He thought he missed it.
And Nick with a great drive here. Should be an easy tap in too. No.
That death putt right there. It's a short putt, but that OB being back there is really in your head sometimes.
Those are putts you don't see Nick or anyone really on this card miss very often. It's one of those you kind of step up to, might not take your time and expect to make. Hole 17, par 4, 729 feet, flying over the hazard area here that continues off from the right side of the trail. You want to kind of get down to that corner and have an easy little forehand approach in. There's OB left, all casual to the right. However, it is pretty marshy down there. You're not going to have the footing you're going to want if you end up in that area.
2 strokes with 2 holes to go. What are we going to see happen? Brady pulls that one. He's going to be well into the hazard.
Brady's going to be throwing 3 from there. If Jake can execute a shot coming up here, it's going to make things a little spicy going into the final hole.
Jeff with a great looking shot. Hopefully that's a nice soft finish. Oh, that's a great shot.
See what Jake does here. Kind of pressure's on for him to make a move and maybe get a stroke or 2 back. And that looks a little low. That's going to be in the hazard too.
He was trying to be a champion, and he threw it OB. Good try, Jake.
Nick leaning on this yellow wraith he's been throwing all day.
That's got to finish.
And he turned it over. He's going to,
Hook.
unless he gets a big skip, he'll be stuck in the hazard there behind those two little mounds.
I think it cleared the road.
3 hazard shots from our lead card. That just shows the difficulty of that tee shot. It's really demanding. Very small landing zone.
There's normally a decent little headwind here on this hole too. For whatever reason, it's kind of playing back towards the west. And in the afternoon at Rocklin, midday, you'll get this headwind that even some of your stable drivers, you get out towards this path where it opens up, you may not feel the headwind.
Did you hear about that player that got this both rounds?
No, I didn't know who he was.
Oh, his name was Alex Lyon. He didn't win the tournament, but he did that. That's about it.
Kind of see how pinched off Jeff is here if you don't make the corner. Easy layup. Jeff's playing smart golf right now. Just trying to lock down that 3rd place.
This is probably the overall, like score-wise, this is the hardest hole just because of how few birdies, but also how high of numbers it takes. That par 3 back there, it's I'd say it's the hardest birdie, but you won't see any big numbers on it.
That tree probably saved Jeff there. This OB on the left comes into play pretty often. As you can see, Jake found it. He thought he made that putt.
Get it. Nope.
Oh, good run.
Brady needed that one.
Brady was a little soft on his putt there. You don't want to go too long because it will get up and roll down that hill. Nick with a good par save there from going hazard on his first shot.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was birdie too.
Nick's been battling some injuries the past year and a half that has kept him out as much as I'm sure he wanted to play. But when he does play, it is a joy to watch with the show that he can put on.
Jake with a high pressure tap in. Makes good. Gonna have a 3-stroke difference going into the final hole. Something pretty crazy would have to happen, but it's looking like Brady's got this locked up. Hole 18, par 4, 581 feet. We have a left and a right gap. Right gap, in my eyes, is more preferable, but there is this left side. It's a little less dangerous because of the OB on the right gap.
Got Nick taking the tee with the par on the last hole. He's electing to go left side. It's going to open up the forehand line on his second shot. There is OB down on the left on a little dried up creek.
Big hyzer. That looks. Oh, caught some tree. That's fine.
I was lucky.
There is hazard over there, so
Yeah.
good thing that he trickled through that tree and came back in bounds.
Disappearing disc. Oh, there it is.
Dang, hit a rock or something, huh?
Yeah.
Jake's going big on this one, I'm guessing. Really trying to give him a chance.
Really, dude?
He doesn't like it.
So Jeff's lining up the big hyzer here. A little tight. We'll have to see where that one finishes.
Pretty dang good to me.
Jake's almost OB here. Should have a little forehand up. Is it maybe a little low? This is where it gets tough where Brady's at here under these trees. You have a real low ceiling to try to get something up and get the distance you're going to need.
Oh, good bid.
Nick, full commitment on that shot with the OB directly behind him.
Brady just laying it up there. He's got it locked up, it looks like. Jake, a great putt.
They moved the basket a little out from under those trees the second round, and played to be a little bit better.
Ooh, sneaks it in there.
Good birdie by Jeff. And your 2023 cool down champion, Brady Oak. I believe he's from Los Gatos, Scotts Valley, somewhere down in the Santa Cruz area there. It's a good win for Brady. Shout out to this whole tournament staff, all the volunteers that came out to help spot. Roger Barbedian, Jail Jerez, RJ Jerez, and the whole Rocklin Disc Golf Club for putting this event on. You got Brady taking home almost $1,400 for a B tier, which is pretty good.
That's huge. That's a huge B tier.
Got Jake in second place taking home a little over $900, and
then we've got Thomas Ellie and Jeff Faes tying for third place, myself in fifth, Trent Somerville, Max Crotty at tie for sixth, and Jeff McCormick and Justin Mateo. It's a big tie. For sixth place, Peter Keene in 10th, and that'll round out your top 10 of the 2023 Rocklin Cool Down.
And this payout was very much what Roger wanted this year in getting numbers in there. They did do players packs, so there was a lot of money taken out for players packs. However, next year, I think it's going to be an optional thing. So you'll see these payouts grow even more, especially with it being an A tier and pulling some more people into this tournament.
Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to Premium Discs and hope to see you guys next year.